are we heading for a volatile weekend? And that's why today I'm live, not pre-recorded, to give you my levels for this weekend specifically for the tokens that I'm looking for. So I think there might be some fireworks due to the conflict this weekend, and I'm going to show you my levels, what I'm looking for. And I want you to do one favor. Let me know which tokens you want me to check at the end of tokens that I want to tell you, because I think there will be some good opportunities this weekend. So without further ado, let's move to Bitcoin. And I'm going to tell you my plan for Bitcoin. This, of course, that's going to happen. I think till tomorrow morning, we might see some movement. It will not be like last weekend. So, but first, remember, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and again, let me know which tokens you want me to check at the end of my analysis so that I can make sure I can see it, analyze it, and let's go. Now, looking at Bitcoin here, give me just a second here so I can show you my chart. And here we go. So, looking at Bitcoin here, we've been nailing Bitcoin mainly this week. We tried to serve the market on my other channel, 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗘𝗗, and also in 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗘𝗃 channel. And right now I'm on this position on Bitcoin. I still think there's a good chance that it will go higher. But just to explain what I'm going to show you today and what I'm going to tell you today is that this is my entry area. Before moving to the chart analysis, I'll tell you my entry area. And when I set a stop loss, if I'm on the 4-hour chart, daily chart, my invalidation will be a 4-hour close below the stop that I'm setting here. Okay, just to be clear, for you to understand what I'm going to explain going forward, I will set the entry area, and my invalidation will not be, for example, Bitcoin hitting 62,000, but a 4-hour close below 62,000. Okay, and if you follow me, and I know some of you does, you remember that there was the day that seller sold. We had a massive wick down, but the 4-hour close closed at full TP. Now, for Bitcoin, this is what I'm waiting for to happen this weekend specifically. I think we are going higher. Might be wrong, of course, but this is my opinion. This is what I'm seeing right now. But I do think we are going higher, and I do think we are going to have a chance to short Bitcoin. So I'm going to tell you where I'm looking to short Bitcoin, and it will be around this first resistance here at 65 and 64,500. Around this level here, I'm going to probably short Bitcoin unless it's because of Trump saying there's a new deal with Iran, whatever. You need to check when Bitcoin hit these targets. So let me just set it here. So why am I looking this? Because this has been the main resistance for Bitcoin, and this is where Bitcoin might do another lower high. Again, I'm going my levels 65,000 and 64,400, 500 round numbers, and this is where I'm going to look to short Bitcoin. And it's going here. This is not my exact entry, just planning the trade based on the levels that I'm telling you, and this will be my invalidation. So my invalidation will be a close above 65,100, and it's a 4-hour close. Okay, we need a 4-hour close above 65,100 to invalidate this short. Okay, and this will be my target here. I'll have this target here. So just for a recap, I'm looking to short Bitcoin around 64,500. I think there's a higher chance that it goes here and we reject, like I told you, a higher low. And then if we have a 4-hour close above 66,100, that will invalidate this short. And my target will be around 62, more or less, 62, 61,800. So let me know if you have any doubts, but this is my target for Bitcoin. This is what I'm looking for this weekend. It might take a little more to play out. I'm still thinking that there's a good chance we see it this weekend. Either way, I'll be live tomorrow morning on 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗘𝗗, so we can keep up with this trade. But this is an area that I'm looking to short Bitcoin. So let me just do one thing here and change it. If you don't follow me, yellow boxes are for monitoring, red for short, and green are for long. So those who follow me already know how I work. So let me know if everything was clear. If you have any doubts, just let me know so that we can move to Ethereum. And if my computer loads, of course. Yeah. Now, looking at Ethereum here, just make sure everything is okay. Yeah. We have been surfing Ethereum literally all week. We started here and we have been surfing. This was a scalp we did yesterday on 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗧𝗧. You can close this one and we can take this one out and this one. And this is what I'm looking for Ethereum right now, okay? So I took more than I wanted. This is what I'm looking for Ethereum here. I still think there's a chance that Ethereum is going to have a small drop from where it is right now. Nothing major, just a small drop. And go grab here. And I want to long Ethereum. I'm looking to long Ethereum at around 1045, and you can see why I think this week here is going to be filled. Here, 1045 and 1821, around this level here. Let me just change the color. Okay, and then I can take this one. There you go. So this will be the long buy area that I'm waiting here. And my idea for Ethereum would be something like this. And I hope Ethereum still has some juice here. So if you have I'm more conservative with Ethereum than I'm with Bitcoin. But if we have a 4-hour close below 1,800 and I would say 1,808, 1,807, that will be our invalidation. So these are not scalps, okay? I know those who follow me know that we like to scalp, but these are not scalps. And I'm taking this high here. So this is my idea for Ethereum. A drop to 1,847 to 821, sorry. This is the long buy area, a 4-hour close below 1,808. And the full TP, the final boss, like I like to call it, 1,980. But remember, it's full TP. That doesn't mean that you should wait for it to take profits. You should have intermediary targets like 1,880, for example, 1,899 if you want to, or 99, I'm sorry, 9030. At each resistance, you should take profits, okay? Again, at each resistance, you should take profits so that you can bank, and that's the objective of this, okay? So if you get filled on this, the entry area is here, the long buy area is here, and take profits along the way as you are meeting the resistance. So let me check the comments here. I'll check ONDO later. I know ONDO has been moving, so let's see. Let's wait to see what ONDO is doing, and we'll go there. Now looking at XRP here. So this was one of the hardest front runs I had this week, because we nailed this first entry here. We are long. I'm still long on this trade, but then I said on a live stream, I think we are going to touch it again, and then we can long. And those that didn't enter here, waiting for the second entry, they didn't get filled for like literally less than 1 cent, like half a cent or something like this. But I still think there's a chance here that we can do something on XRP. And remember, this XRP will benefit for any news related to the Clarity Act. There are some people that still believe that the Clarity Act is going to move forward before the August recess. I'm not sure about that. I'm starting to lose hope. I even said on this channel here, I'm not going to talk more about the Clarity Act till we got something done, which didn't. And so, yeah, you need to be careful here. But I do think that XRP might give us an entry, and it's almost the same that I have here, and I can explain you why. I had one touch. We should have had the second touch, which we did, just not to my entry area. And I'm expecting a third one before going to test major resistance at 110. Okay, just to be clear here, I'm expecting a third touch on this support which has been support for once, twice, and fourth. It will be the fourth time. And I do expect it to stay here. Of course, all of this if nothing happens between the US and Iran, no major escalation, all of that we know that might affect the market. You need to have that in consideration. The only thing I'll do here, and I'm going to draw another one, another entry area, is that I'll be looking for maybe it's just a tide lower because I have here like 105.552, and I'm looking for 105.48 and 448. So you can take these levels here, just lower it a bit if you want to. No, it's not AI. This is not AI. This is me. So again, like I was saying, you can look for an entry between this box here, this 105.554 and 105.473. But what you can do, it's lower a bit here, so you can feel the week that we had. Because when I planned this entry, this week didn't exist here. Let me just show you better. When I planned this, I was waiting for a touch of bit of XRP here, and then we went long, like I told you. But here, this week didn't exist. So now I think this week is going to get filled, or there's a big chance it can get filled. So you can adjust this, and this is the entry area that you can get to XRP, and you can go lower here. The 4-hour close, you can adjust it to 103.90. Sorry, I want to move this. And the TP is still the same. What I'm expecting, like I told you, a drop to the support and then going to test the resistance here. And then we'll see what XRP will do. But this is what I'm expecting. I'm long on this. I'm long on Ethereum. I'm long on Bitcoin, and I told you. And this is exactly what I'm expecting here right now during the weekend. Okay? During this weekend, this is what I'm looking for. And yeah, I think there's a big chance that this can happen. Now, let me see. Dump SpaceX. I have an awesome short on SpaceX. Now looking at Solana, and I'm on this trade, and I left this here on purpose to explain why I use the 4-hour invalidation. Looking at Solana here, I haven't had my invalidation yet. Okay, just for you to understand, I haven't had my 4-hour invalidation yet. We had a lot of weeks, but no candle closed below my invalidation, so I'm still on this trade. Of course, I'm negative. I'm under the water, but yeah, I didn't met my invalidation, so I'm still on this. I'm still on this trade. So yeah, this is how I work, and it's been very good with this volatile market news. That the market has been really moved by news, and when you have a tight stop loss or a hard stop loss, it's just week out, and then you go to full TP, if that's usually the case. So for Solana, and this is the reason why I'm also leaving this trade open and I haven't closed it, for the invalidation, and also because I believe that there's a short opportunity here. So I'm waiting for Solana to come to this resistance here, and then I will short Solana. I know a lot of you like Solana. Not that I'm a Solana fan. I have Solana on my portfolio, but I'm going to short Solana when you get here. So I'm looking for this level here for a short. And again, that's why I haven't closed my trade, because I still think I can exit at break even, and I haven't met my validation. But this is why I'm looking to short Solana. Okay, around 66, 5 and 65.80. This will be my short area. Let me just move this here. And here. So I'm looking to short Sol here, and I don't think there's a big chance that we can have this move here. This doesn't invalidate anything that you think about Solana, or that it might go low or whatever. Solana is ranging, period. Now it had this massive sell, then we have a range. So there's a big chance that we are going to that we are going to touch the lower part of the range. So this will be my trade here. So my invalidation will be a 4-hour close above 66. It's above this week here. Sorry, 67.57. Go here, 66. I want just to give a little 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗨𝗡𝗗𝗑. Okay, this will be my invalidation of 4-hour close. So here, 4-hour close, and then my target will be around these levels. You can try to squeeze it more to fill this week here. I do think there's a big chance we can drop this support here. I do believe so. Again, I don't want to get too greedy. Pay attention to the trade if you take it. If we get there, of course, and if this trade happens, but just pay attention to this, because I think there's a big chance that we are coming to the lower bottom of the range, and then we can have a reaction. So again, just a recap. 4-hour close above 77.74, that will be our invalidation. Our entry area for this short, 7656 and 7546. And the full TP, the final boss, like I call it, is $65. $65. And I know if you are a Solana holder, maybe you will not like this target, but it's what it is. That's what I'm seeing right now at the chart. Give me just a sec. Now, who holds hype here? I'm going to make some enemies today with hype. I think so. I think I'm going to make some enemies today with hype. If you hold hype, I hold hype too, okay? I have hype on my portfolio. But, and again, I have nothing against hype. By the contrary, I do think hype is a great project. And we are going to see it do some crazy numbers. That's what I believe. Okay, just to let you know. I do believe that that's what's going to happen. But I also believe one thing, that Lighter will be benefited by being a US DEX. And then that's why we are seeing some wallets dumping hype. That's just my feeling. Okay, I have how can I say this? I do believe that they will going to hurt hype to benefit Lighter, because Lighter is a US DEX. Even Kevin Walsh, the chairman of the Fed, is invested on hype. So yeah, take your conclusions from there. Now, I'm going to short hype. Sorry guys, if you have hype, that's what it is. I'm going to short hype when it gets to this resistance here around 66, sorry. I'm looking for a short here, okay? Not to $16 like someone was saying. And I think hype to $16 will be a crazy opportunity. But I'm going to look for a short here. And this is the area that I'm looking to short. It's this resistance here. And I'm looking for a move up to 55, 56, round numbers. We have it here. And then you can start to build your short. One thing, okay, I'm doing this at a Saturday morning. And you know, as the market has been moved by news, Citadel proved that, right? They said, they are going to do a surprise rate hike, and the market dumped. So if by any chance we start to get to our long targets or short targets, this is the 4-hour chart. Okay, this is not a scalp. Just pause, see the movement, check the volume, see why you are moving up, and then decide if you have the reason to take the trade. Okay, because now this is what I'm seeing. If they announce a deal again with Iran, probably are going to smash all the shorts. The market is going to move, especially on a weekend. Okay, the same for the longs. If they do a massive attack on Iran, then the longs probably are going to get smashed. And remember, we are dealing with 4-hour closes here. If you, I can tell you this example, and I need to stop here. When sellers sold for the first time, I was long on Bitcoin, and you know that Bitcoin dropped like, I don't know, $2,000 or something. I was so down on my trade because I was not expecting that. And then it shoot up and it went to full TP. The 4-hour candle closed green. But you need to understand this, is that when you are doing 4-hour closes, stop losses, there's the chance that something happens and it goes bananas to the opposite. So instead of setting an hard stop loss at the exact level, try to give it a little bit of room, but set a stop loss that you are comfortable in case the market just drops or goes up if you are short. Okay? Just to be clear here, 4-hour close is awesome. You avoid a lot of stop ends, but be careful with this. Okay, be careful with this that I'm saying. Is that I remember when sellers sold, we ended up on the green, full TP, but be careful here, okay? Set at least a safe stop loss, like your safe trigger. Now, looking hype, like I was saying, I want to short it around this level here, 56.8 more or less, and 55.5. And this is the trade that I'm looking for. Why do you think IP is going to $16? That's such, yeah. That's more of wishful thinking. Now, if, and this is a big if, we close above, let me just check what is it. Yeah, it's here. 68, 80, 81, 80, round numbers, the 4-hour close, that will be our invalidation for this short. And the target is 0, right? No, $16. The target is $16. Now, the target will be, I know I'm not going to like it. I said I'm going to make some enemies today with hype, but the target will be around $40. If we get this, okay? Again, Saturday, my analysis, anything can change on a week, but I'm looking to this. Why? We had a massive, massive move. Let me go here to the weekend. We had a massive move here. There are still some inefficiency here to fill, so I do think that they are going to sweep these longs here because a lot of people are long, and there's a big chance that we see a drop here and then we go higher. Okay, not $16, $40. I think that's not a bad target also, but this is what I'm looking for hype. And again, I'm a hype holder, so I'm not flooding hype or whatever. This is just what I'm seeing, and there's a big chance that this can happen. At least $45. I think we are going to go there, and you know, once you are on the trade, if it goes our way, you can just leave a percentage to the moon or break even if you want to. But this is what I'm looking for hype right now. Now, let's move to another one. Another one that people love, and they really like this one. Don't ask me why, but I know you like it, so I brought it here. Ethena. Let's talk about Ethena. I'm bringing it because I'm monitoring it, and I do think there's a big chance to see a long opportunity here on Ethena. So let me just go here. Like I said, see, when I have the yellow box, that's my monitoring area, and this will move to a green area because this will be my long area. So just move it here. Guys, do not forget to follow me on X and on 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗧𝗏 by Pedro Silva. I'm live not every day, but I publish a daily update every day. And I'm live Tuesday, Fridays, and Sunday morning. So I'll be living tomorrow to prepare for the weekend. Now, what I'm looking here is a drop from Ethena to 792 and 767, around these levels here. And I do think that this drop is going to happen. And I want to long around these levels. My invalidation here will be really tight. I don't want a crazy stop loss here because I do think this is a volatile token. So my invalidation here will be around a 4-hour close at 0.56, 0.7599. And let me give it here, 4-hour close. I know because there's a single tweet from a person we know, and it goes up or down. So, and the final was the target will be this high here. Okay, this will be the target that I have for here, and I do think that we might reach this. So, just as a recap, this is a 4-hour chart. Do not expect it to hit on the next hour. This might take a few hours or even more. This is for the weekend. So, entry area between 792 round numbers and 768. It's 7677, but 768. That's our entry area for a long on Ethena. Then we have the 4-hour close below 7597 or 76. That's your invalidation for this long. And you have the full TP at 0.93 around that. So it's the high here. I think it cannot be easier than this, right? It could not be easier than doing something like this. Now let's go to Uni. Uni has been pumping later. And it's almost there. Glad it didn't touch it. I was afraid that it was going to touch it while we were alive, but no. We have it here, we are safe here. So Uni has been pumping, as you know, and it's been pumping hard, but I still think there's an opportunity here. And I hope we didn't get front-running here. I think there's still a chance that we get this. So let's change the color to long. I've been monitoring this for a while. I'm still expecting that this long's here. Cardano's been ripping. We have a funny one here. So I'm still expecting this longs here to be swept. So like this, we have a cluster here. So just wait for a swap on this, or sweep, sorry, swap. For a sweep on this area here. And this is what I'm looking for. And the invalidation here is it's super easy. When you have a chart like this, this is one of the easiest charts you can have. You just set the below this week here around 3738. You can give it a little more room if you want to. Let's go here. 3723, sorry. And that's the 4-hour close. And this is the levels that I'm looking for. And then to the moon. In this case, to the moon, it will be $5. The first resistance here. The first real resistance that Uni is going to face, and because it's going to start to shift the structure, will be this one. This will be the final TP. So recap: entry area between, so here, this. Our entry area will be between $4.02 and $3.95, sorry, and 4-hour close below. 4-hour close below 371 invalidates this trade, and the full TP will be around $5 because that's when Uni is going to start to flip the structure from bearish to bullish. So we'll face some resistance there. Of course, if you get filled, if I'm right about this trade, there's always the chance that I'm wrong. Might happen. So just be aware of that. Not financial advice. All of those things that you already know. But I do think this is going to play out, and I do think this is going to be a good. I'm very confident on this one. I'm fairly confident on this one here. Now let's look at AAVE. Any DeFi guys here? Do you have any DeFi people here? So looking at AAVE, I'm still monitoring this, and there's a big chance that we still need more time. So take this with a grain of salt. This is not like the previous we did. Just set an alert here. Remember, if it's yellow, we are monitoring, okay? So you set an alert on this rectangle here, and I'm looking for a long, and the entry area will be around 88.60 and 86.10. This will be our entry. Actually, you can move it a bit lower. Sorry. Yeah, below this week here. So the entry will be around 88.5 and 85.93. This is the area we're looking for. And again, if you watch my streams, if it's at yellow, we will monitor. And we will wait for it to touch this area, and then we'll decide what to do. But this is the trade that I'm planning for AAVE. So you can see that these stop losses are not that big, okay? Because the way I trade is like I can get 1 or 2 stop losses, and then I get the TP that pays for 4 or 5 stop losses. So a 4-hour close. 4-hour close below 84.5. That will be our invalidation for this. Again, we are still monitoring this trade. We need to wait to see if it's going to get there, if it's going to move. AAVE is a great project. I know some people flooded it, but I do think AAVE is going to perform well in this market. And our target will be this high here. So it's almost a 5 risk reward trade. And again, entry area 88.5, 83.90, 4-hour close below 84.5. That will be our invalidation for this one. and we have the full TP at 102. Let's see, maybe we can get it. I do think we might get this one. And there's been half an hour already. Do we have likes? Let me check if we have likes. We need more likes. Guys, I want you to do one thing. As you know, I do my daily updates daily on the 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗡𝗗𝗗 X and Banter Portugal. That's the Banter channel. If you speak Portuguese, we go live. The days we are not live on 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗡𝗗𝗗, we are live on the Crypto Banter channel. But I want you to do this. Go here, grab this fantastic promotion from Bitfinex. Grab this and come trade with me, because I'm going to start to do more live trading sessions, and I don't want you to pay high fees. Grab your first month of VIP free, and if you need more, just shoot me a DM on X and maybe we can help you. But go here, grab this, and come trade with me basically every day. We trade every day. Yeah, we trade every day, literally. So let's see. Now someone was saying something about ONDO, right? Let's see what's going on ONDO. I've not been following ONDO. Maybe that's my bad. What's going on with ONDO here? Your messages are not disappearing. I'm seeing that. I just saw your message. You are guys. You are all. Everyone is calling about ONDO. Should we scalp ONDO? Let me know. Should we? Do we need to scalp ONDO? Maybe we should, right? Shall we try a scalp? Everyone is talking about ONDO. Did ONDO announce something yesterday? Bonds. We will see. Now let me check ONDO. I haven't been charting ONDO for a while. What do we have here? Let's go to the weekly chart. What is this? I've never seen this on TradingView. If you ever see it, I haven't. Look like we have two charts here. And I don't have any overlays here. I cannot delete this. I never saw this. Am I on the wrong chart or something? No. Hey, whatever. Let's look at ONDO. ONDO might be trying to reverse here. Might be trying to reverse here. Let me see. Might be trying to. Look at the basic belt here. This is a daily chart. ONDO built an awesome base here. Look at this accumulation. It was from February till April. Look at this here. Oh, I don't know how I missed this. I missed this. I have to be honest with you. I missed this one. But this was an awesome one. Let me see if we can scalp here. We are going to scalp on the weekend. Again, I always say that I'm not going to scalp today, but we have to, right? We have to do something. You have asked every banter channel to chart SHIB. I don't know. Do you follow me on 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗙𝗡𝗗𝗗 on X? Maybe. Maybe we can have a deal here. Now, let's see. We might have a chance to long ONDO here. Let me check the 15-minute chart. Shall we go DGen? I still think it's early to long, but it's dropping. It's not something crazy, but will put you negative for a few minutes if you are right, because I would prefer to long here around 3850. But you can try now if you want to. Like I said, that's not a crazy difference here for. Now let's go. Fuck it. I can take a stop loss. Just go with a small size because it's weakened, but let's go. Why not, hey? Start the weekend with a stop loss. So again, guys, we are scalping, and here we do something different. Like I told you, I'm not using hard stops. So 5-minute close, that's your validation. So my entry is around, in my entry, but I need to open it. Let me just open here. Go here. Do not scalp on weekends. That's what I'm always saying. End up scalping on weekends. Hey? Do not go crazy. But it's looking good. The chart is looking good. Just open the trade here. Let's see. Dump like Ponzi. Yeah. So I'm long on ONDO. 5-minute close below 38.30. That will be our revalidation. And I'm going to target these highs here. Just a quick scalp. Quick scalp, quick stop loss. Market will decide. But something like this. Something like this. Dump the Ponzi. I don't understand these people. You watch crypto channels and everything is a Ponzi. Yeah, but I can take this trade. I don't see any reason to not take this trade here. I think it will be a good trade, honestly. I do. If I get stopped, it's a small one, so let me check on a higher time frame. There's still a chance that I'm not saying it's now because that was a scalp. This was a scalp, but maybe here. There's still a chance that we go here. Who knows, right? Who knows this? So let's see. Let me see here. Yeah. Let's wait a bit. The scalper, that's okay, but the other one, on the higher time frame, we need to be careful here. I do think that we might still come to these levels here. We haven't tested this support properly. Sorry. So there's the chance we might do this. So yeah, just pay attention to that. Someone was saying that ADA was pumping. Who was saying that ADA was reaping? Someone said that. Let's see. I know someone said that. ADA is on the middle of nowhere now for me. ADA is on the middle of nowhere now for me. Check this here. You might try to short it, but if we believe the market is going higher, I've not been trading ADA for a long time. Like for a long time. Since Charles started to have that meltdown, and by the way, I do believe Charles is very smart, just had a breakdown. But I haven't traded for, I don't know, a long time. Let me see here. I don't feel comfortable touching ADA right now. I know Charles has been doing those AMAs or something like that, but I don't feel comfortable touching that. Guys, this is the final check on Bitcoin. So I'm still long on this one. I have a long from 60 to 800, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I'm long on Bitcoin. Let me just check here. Yeah, my long on Bitcoin still 60 to 800. So then we have another one here, and let's wait for this to happen. Remember, it's weekend, might take a little bit more. Might take a little bit more to do this. So just wait for the markets to do its thing. This is a 4-hour analysis that I did today, which was not Scalp, besides ONDO, of course. And also follow me on 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗙𝗀𝗘𝗗. Let me just show you this. This was some of our trades this week. We shorted Tesla. This move here was barely a full TP here. SpaceX. We did this on my daily update. Went to our new final boss. It was an awesome short. Also, the Apple one. I want to show you the Apple one. I tried to do something funny with Apple stock. It didn't work out as I wanted to. Why do I have it? I'm always losing the Apple stock. Damn. Let me see here. Why do I have the Apple one? Because we tried to do something that I like. That's what I call the double trades. And if I'm right, I'm unbearable for a week. It's here. So this was yesterday from the live stream. And we tried to do this. So we longed. This was a scalp on Apple. We longed Apple, and the idea was to short here. And I said only short if the long gets filled. And this was an awesome trade, but unfortunately, I was not able to short it. But we do this a lot of time. I do daily shows in Portuguese and English. I do daily updates in Portuguese that I use AI to translate. But when I'm live trading, we trade stocks, commodities, and crypto, and Ponzi for some. So join us on 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗙𝗀𝗘𝗗. Follow me on X, and I hope you have a nice weekend. Enjoy, and I'll be back live